Hey everyone, Dr. Frankie here, and I am excited to be here with you all. It's Thursday, and I have another topic that I'm really excited to share with you all. But before we jump into today's material, I want to thank those who have been subscribing to my channel and keep tuning in. It's so encouraging and reminds me that I'm right where I should be. And for those of you that are new to my channel, or this is the first time that you see my video, I am a clinical psychologist, board certified sex therapist, and the CEO of Little Gay Book Matchmaking and Little Black Book Matchmaking. So if you're part of the LGBTQIA community and you're out there single, trying to find somebody wonderful, definitely reach out to us by visiting littlegaybook.com and fill out a free profile. If you're interested in being more proactive, then definitely contact us for a consultation, learn more about matchmaking. Maybe you're needing help with the dating apps, how to be more successful with that whole process, or maybe you're just wanting to hire us to search, screen, vet, and coordinate dates for you. Happy to tell you all about how that process works. So just reach out to us. And if you're straight, visit drfrankie.com with an IE or Little Black Book Matchmaking, fill out a free profile, click contact us, reach out. We would love to talk all about how to help you meet somebody absolutely wonderful. But before I jump into my material for today, I want to encourage you to subscribe. If you like what I'm putting out there, it just reminds me that I'm doing exactly what I should be doing, and it's exciting. So I love to see my subscribers go up. And to do that, feel free to share my content, right? Like, share, subscribe. There's a little bell beneath this video that you can click on and click all notifications, and you will be sure to find out about all of my videos that I post weekly. Every Thursday, I do my vlog, and then I also post, and I try to be consistent, but depending on when my podcast comes out, it may come out on a different day. So Love, Laughs, and Lessons is the name of the podcast, and we have all sorts of guests on there talking about dating, relationships, love, struggles related to relationships, how to deal with just things that come up in life. I have psychologists on, I have matchmakers, experts, all different really interesting, well-informed, smart people that you can learn from. So that's the idea, is I create a platform for people to step onto, to share important information, learn and grow. And yeah, it makes me, just fulfills my every day. So thank you for supporting me and for being here. And let's jump into my material for the day. So we are going to talk about infidelity, communication signs of infidelity. Trust is a cornerstone of a healthy and thriving relationship, right? But when suspicious feelings come up of infidelity, they start to creep in, it can shake the very foundation of trust that we really work hard to build with somebody. And while jumping to conclusions is never wise, it's helpful to have some kind of guidepost to help sort out whether there's something to be really worried about, or whether your partner is just kind of having an off day, or whether there's something really there that you need to worry about. Well, with that idea in mind, I want to share some common red flags that could indicate your partner might be straying off, and you probably should have some concerns. A new lack of emotional closeness in communication. One of the earliest and most consistent behaviors linked to infidelity is a noticeable emotional distancing between you and your partner. If your once affectionate and communicative significant other seems to have become really distant, almost like overnight, it may be a reason for concern, really. This may look like feeling like you have to dig for information about how they feel or what they think, where they used to offer it enthusiastically, or trying to initiate a conversation about your feelings that used to be easy, and now it just feels like it's all getting shut down. Changes in their behaviors may look like avoiding eye contact, being less engaged in conversations, or seeming preoccupied with thoughts that they're unwilling to share. Like there's all of a sudden this wall up. Of course, one should never assume that these are an admission of infidelity or that cheating is actually the explanation for the behavior. Depression, burnout, or other problems in the relationship are all very plausible reasons why someone's affect or emotional openness might seem to shift or be off somehow. It's possible your partner also has some avoidant tendencies, which may not have been as obvious in the early honeymoon stages of a new relationship, also called limerence. While this can feel challenging, it doesn't always mean a partner's cheating. Unexplained changes in communication patterns. Communication is the bedrock of any relationship. So when your partner's communication patterns change, it can be a signal that something is amiss. If they suddenly seem secretive about their phone, like they're taking it with them to the bathroom kind of thing, and they can't leave it on the table without being right there next to it, they're hesitant to share details about their day-to-day, or become defensive when you ask innocent questions, it's time to take notice and at least wonder. This can mean not just a change in someone's emotional openness, but a seeming reticence to communicate about anything at all. If your partner used to respond to your text during the day immediately, and now it takes hours, if they used to invite you out with friends or at least recap the evening to you and now make vague allusions to what their social plans might be, if they seem irritated when you even ask a basic question about their day, it may be a sign that something's up. As sad as that is, and hard for me to even say that, it sucks. For those of you that are relating to this right now, my heart goes out to you. That doesn't necessarily mean the issue in question is cheating, right? That's just sort of, it should be on our radar. But bad communication is always bad news for any relationship. So if these patterns sound familiar, it's important to address the issue. That doesn't mean badgering your partner or flooding them with calls or texts to try to hear more from them, or going through their phone or their computer without them knowing, all of which can be signs of unchecked anxious attachment. So I want you to look back to my written blogs or my videos and learn about attachment styles, attachment theory, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, because it's important that we all understand attachment theory if we're going to do relationships. A sudden shift in intimacy and an unwillingness to talk about it. For most of us, sexual intimacy is a core element of our relationship, and any significant changes in this area can be a potential indicator of issues, and that includes infidelity. Of course, not having sex as often as you wish isn't one-to-one correlation with cheating. Not having enough sex is the number one issue all couples fight about. But if your partner has become disinterested in physical intimacy very recently, when you previously had a healthy sex life, and there have been no other major changes, increased job stress, depression, relationship conflict, changes in health or body image, it may be worth paying attention to. A change in intimacy can also look like sex itself changing. Does your partner suddenly feel far away during sex, or like their heart isn't in it? It's easy to get in your head about things like this, and sometimes it's in unproductive ways, right? Because we're feeling nervous, we're feeling something, we're not quite sure what it is. But if something feels different, you need to pay attention to that feeling, because it's your body giving you information that something has shifted. Overall, trust your instincts. It's never a good idea to jump to conclusions. It's possible for fundamentally healthy relationships just going through a rough spell to suddenly be in real trouble when one person accuses the other of cheating. After all, being accused of something you didn't do is also a breach of trust. But on the other hand, intuition plays a powerful role in relationships. If your gut feeling is telling you that something is off, it's essential to trust yourself. While it's crucial not to jump to conclusions based solely on feelings, a persistent sense of unease should prompt open and honest communication with you and your partner. The something that's off may not actually be cheating. Sometimes infidelity can seem like the most likely culprit just because it's many of our biggest fears. But if you think something is wrong in your relationship, it is certainly worth finding out what it is. What should I do if I think something is wrong? Choose a calm and private setting to discuss your concerns openly with your partner. Make sure to use I statements to express your feelings and avoid placing blame, and avoid accusing them of anything specific and asking them to defend themselves. Instead, name what you've noticed. For example, I feel like we aren't as emotionally connected, and I notice that you don't share with me as much anymore. And encourage them to share their perspective on any changes you've noticed in their behavior. And if you don't know how to use I statements, go back into the archives. I talk about I statements in my videos, in my written blogs, and so on. So those tools are there for you to easily access. Relationships can be complex, and if you're considering having these tough conversations in your relationship, it may be a good idea to seek the support of a professional. A therapist or a counselor can help facilitate communication and navigate the challenges you may be facing. We're full of tools. We've seen so many similar situations. Infidelity is so common in our society, and sometimes we just need extra support. So I want to really encourage you to reach out for support and be careful. While our friends and our family are definitely a part of our support system and so important for us to have in our lives, they often are biased, they're not neutral, and they want your best interest. That's like, it's at their heart, but sometimes they're so protective of you that they can guide you not always in the best way. So definitely seek out some professional support if you feel like you're in over your head. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you all. Have a great rest of your week.